Offering an exhilarating, fast-paced gameplay experience, you control Zagreus, the son of Hades, as he attempts to escape the underworld. The vibrant and colorful graphics, with a distinct hand-drawn art style, bring Greek mythology to life. In Hades, combat is fluid and challenging, requiring quick reflexes and strategic thinking to navigate procedurally generated dungeons. The game balances difficulty with a rewarding progression system, featuring upgrades and story elements that unfold with each new run, making it both challenging and addictive. Blending challenging gameplay with deep exploration, this Metroidvania immerses players in the hauntingly beautiful, hand-drawn world of Hallownest. In Hollow Knight, players navigate a vast, interconnected universe filled with secrets, powerful enemies, and intricate platforming segments. The difficulty arises from its unforgiving combat and demanding platforming, requiring precision and timing. The dark, gothic aesthetic enhances the game's mysterious and melancholic tone, making the journey arduous but immensely rewarding. Exploring the physical and emotional journey of Madeline as she climbs a mountain, this challenging platformer offers tight and responsive gameplay. In Celeste, the controls are perfectly tuned for the precision platforming challenges the game presents. Visually, the retro-inspired pixel art style, combined with an exceptional soundtrack, creates a deeply emotional experience. Known for its difficulty, Celeste is balanced by a generous checkpoint system and accessibility options that allow players to tailor the challenge to their preferences. Offering a relaxing yet engaging farming simulation, this game invites players to plant crops, raise animals, and build relationships with the townsfolk. In Stardew Valley, the charming pixelated graphics evoke a nostalgic feel reminiscent of classic 16-bit games. The difficulty is relatively low, with the challenge lying more in time management and optimizing your farm than in any specific skill-based tasks. Stardew Valley invites players to slow down and enjoy the process, providing a peaceful retreat from more intense gaming experiences. Subverting traditional RPG mechanics, Undertale allows players to choose between fighting or befriending the enemies they encounter. Gameplay in Undertale adapts based on your choices, incorporating bullet hell elements that require quick reflexes and strategic thinking. The simple, pixelated graphics are secondary to the game's charm, which lies in its quirky characters and clever writing. The difficulty varies depending on player choices, making it accessible but with enough depth to keep players engaged. In Slay the Spire, a fusion of deck building and roguelike elements challenges players to ascend a tower filled with increasingly difficult enemies and events. Strategic decision-making during card selection and play is crucial, with each move potentially determining success or failure. While the graphics are simple and functional, Slay the Spire focuses on detailed card designs and enemy animations. The difficulty ramps up as you progress, but the game's randomized nature ensures that each run feels fresh and challenging. Recognized for its punishing difficulty and unique visual style inspired by 1930s cartoons, Cuphead stands out in the gaming landscape. Controlling the titular character, you face intricate boss fights and run-and-gun levels that test your reflexes and skill. The hand-drawn animation and jazz soundtrack create a one-of-a-kind aesthetic experience. While Cuphead is notoriously challenging, it rewards persistence and skill, making each victory incredibly satisfying. Blending fast-paced combat with exploration, Dead Cells is a roguelike Metroidvania that combines procedurally generated levels with permanent upgrades, keeping each new run engaging. The gameplay in Dead Cells is fluid and responsive, with a wide variety of weapons and abilities that allow for different playstyles. Visually, the game uses pixel art with a modern twist, featuring detailed animations and vibrant colors. The high difficulty, accentuated by the permadeath mechanic, makes each run tense, but the finely tuned mechanics turn every death into a learning opportunity. The Binding of Isaac, Rebirth delivers a roguelike dungeon crawler experience with randomly generated levels and twin-stick shooter mechanics. Each run in The Binding of Isaac is unique, with a mix of items that drastically alter gameplay and tactics. The simple, cartoonish graphics combined with dark, macabre themes create an intriguing contrast. The difficulty can be steep, especially for newcomers, as the game throws various enemies and obstacles at you with little room for error. However, the depth of the item system and the variety of possible builds keep the game feeling fresh and addictive. Emphasizing narrative and dialogue over traditional combat, Disco Elysium puts you in the shoes of a detective unraveling a complex mystery in an open, detailed world. The choices you make and the dialogues you engage in shape the story's direction, with skill checks influencing outcomes. Disco Elysium's painterly, atmospheric graphics complement its deep, often melancholic tone. The challenge lies in the decisions you make and how you piece together clues, offering a cerebral experience that is both immersive and challenging. A visually stunning Journey takes players on an emotional pilgrimage through vast deserts and ancient ruins. The focus in Journey is on exploration and a unique multiplayer experience, where you may encounter other players silently journeying alongside you. The breathtaking graphics, with a distinct art style, convey a sense of wonder and solitude. The game isn't traditionally difficult, but it offers a meditative and emotional experience that resonates deeply with players, making it a journey well worth taking. With dynamic narration and isometric gameplay, Bastion stands out as an action RPG focusing on fast-paced combat and exploration. Controlling the Kid, you battle through a post-apocalyptic world, with the narrator dynamically commenting on your every action. Bastion's vibrant, colorful graphics, featuring hand-painted environments, bring the world to life. The difficulty is balanced, offering a challenge without being overly punishing, and the variety of weapons and upgrades allows for different playstyles. The storytelling and unique narration elevate Bastion above typical action RPGs, making it a memorable experience. In Limbo, the dark, minimalist atmosphere sets the tone for a platformer that combines puzzle solving with a monochromatic world. Limbo's unique aesthetic uses shadows and light to create a sense of oppression and mystery. The game's challenges come from creative puzzles that require lateral thinking and precise timing to solve. With no dialogue or direct storytelling, Limbo invites players to interpret its ambiguous narrative, making it as much a work of art as it is a game. Combining supernatural elements with teenage drama, Oxenfree offers dialogue-driven gameplay where your choices shape the story. Oxenfree's stylized graphics, with a 2.5D perspective, enhance the game's eerie, otherworldly feel. The difficulty is light, focusing more on exploration and conversation than on puzzles or combat. Oxenfree's strength lies in its story and atmosphere, with a haunting soundtrack and well-written characters that keep you engaged as you unravel the island's mysteries. Return of the Obra Dinn provides a unique puzzle experience where you play as an insurance investigator piecing together the fate of a lost ship's crew. Gameplay revolves around exploring the ship and using a magical watch to view the moment of each crew member's death, helping you deduce their identities and causes of death. Return of the Obra Dinn's striking minimalist graphics, using a black and white, 1-bit art style, evoke the aesthetic of old computer games. The challenge lies in the puzzles, which require keen observation and logical thinking, offering a rewarding experience for those who enjoy intricate mysteries. Exploring the solitude and isolation of the wilderness, Firewatch is a first-person adventure game that emphasizes story and exploration. Playing as Henry, a fire lookout in the Wyoming wilderness, you communicate with your supervisor, Delilah, via radio while exploring the environment. Firewatch's beautifully stylized graphics, with a warm, painterly art style, capture the serenity and isolation of the forest. The difficulty is low, as the game focuses more on the narrative experience and the relationship between characters than on traditional challenges, providing an immersive and emotionally resonant experience. Inside builds on the success of Limbo, offering similar dark, minimalist graphics with more depth and detail. In this puzzle platformer, you solve environmental puzzles and avoid deadly obstacles as you guide a boy through a dystopian world. The narrative of Inside unfolds through its environment and gameplay rather than through dialogue, creating a tense and unsettling experience. The difficulty is moderate, with puzzles requiring thoughtful solutions, allowing players to remain immersed in the eerie, mysterious world of the game. Introducing a unique mechanic, Fez is an indie puzzle platformer where players can rotate the 2D world to reveal different perspectives and solve puzzles. Fez's gameplay centers around exploration and discovery, with increasingly complex puzzles as the game progresses. The colorful, retro-inspired pixel art style gives the game a charming, nostalgic feel. The difficulty escalates, particularly in the more abstract puzzles that require lateral thinking, rewarding curiosity and persistence with a deep and satisfying experience for puzzle enthusiasts. Exploring themes of mental health, community, and identity, Night in the Woods is a narrative-driven adventure game following May, a young woman returning to her hometown after dropping out of college. The gameplay is light, focusing on exploration, dialogue, and mini-games reflecting May's interactions with the townsfolk. Night in the Woods stands out with its distinctive, colorful art style that complements the game's quirky and emotional tone. The difficulty is minimal, with the challenge lying more in the choices you make and the story you uncover than in traditional gameplay mechanics, offering a deeply personal and reflective experience. Blending fast-paced combat with exploration, Hyper Light Drifter is an action RPG set in a beautifully stylized, pixel art world. The gameplay in Hyper Light Drifter is challenging, requiring precise timing and quick reflexes as you battle enemies and navigate the dangerous world. The vibrant, detailed graphics, with a hauntingly beautiful color palette, add to the game's mysterious and melancholic atmosphere. The difficulty is high, especially in combat, where enemies are tough and unforgiving, but the fluid mechanics and rewarding progression make Hyper Light Drifter a compelling experience for those who enjoy a challenge. Combining exploration, crafting, and combat, Terraria offers a procedurally generated 2D sandbox world full of possibilities. Terraria's gameplay is highly versatile, allowing players to build, mine, and fight their way through various biomes and dungeons. The retro, pixelated graphics evoke nostalgia for classic platformers. The difficulty varies depending on how you choose to play, with plenty of challenges for those who seek them, particularly in boss fights and harder difficulty modes. Terraria offers endless possibilities, making each playthrough unique. In The Witness, a first-person puzzle game set on a mysterious island, you are challenged to think outside the box. The Witness revolves around solving increasingly complex puzzles integrated into the island's environment. The bright and colorful graphics create a serene, almost meditative aesthetic that contrasts with the mental challenge posed by the puzzles. The difficulty can be steep, especially as the puzzles become more abstract, but the immense satisfaction of solving them makes The Witness a rewarding experience for puzzle enthusiasts. Katana Zero combines stylish action platforming with a noir-inspired narrative. Playing as a katana-wielding assassin, you manipulate time to dodge bullets and plan your attacks. Katana Zero's gameplay is fast and frenetic, requiring quick reflexes and precise timing to succeed. The vibrant, pixelated graphics with a striking color palette add to the game's intense atmosphere. The difficulty is high, with each level requiring careful planning and execution, but the tight controls and satisfying combat make Katana Zero an exhilarating experience. A relaxing exploration game, A Short Hike lets you play as a bird named Claire, exploring a small island and climbing to its highest peak. A Short Hike's gameplay is light and casual, focusing on exploration, collecting items, and interacting with other characters on the island. The charming low-poly graphics, with a bright and colorful aesthetic, add to the game's calming atmosphere. The difficulty is minimal, allowing players to enjoy the experience at their own pace, making it a perfect game for unwinding and enjoying a peaceful adventure. In Outer Wilds, an exploration-based adventure game set in a solar system trapped in a time loop, you experience a unique gameplay centered around discovery and curiosity. Outer Wilds' stylized graphics focus on creating a sense of wonder as you explore different planets and uncover the universe's mysteries. The difficulty lies in the puzzles and navigation, as you piece together clues and learn how to survive in various environments. The game's open-ended exploration and lack of hand-holding create a genuine sense of discovery, making Outer Wilds a captivating experience. Spelunky 2 is a roguelike platformer that builds on its predecessor's mechanics, offering challenging gameplay with procedurally generated levels. Each new run in Spelunky 2 presents new challenges and dangers, requiring quick thinking and skilled play. The colorful and detailed graphics, with a cartoonish style, contrast with the often brutal difficulty of the game. The learning curve is steep, rewarding patience and perseverance, making it a game for those who enjoy a tough but fair challenge. With roguelike mechanics in a third-person shooter, Risk of Rain 2 expands on the original game's concepts into a fully 3D world. Risk of Rain 2 offers intense and fast-paced gameplay, where players battle waves of enemies while collecting items that enhance their abilities. The vibrant and colorful graphics, with a distinctive art style, complement the game's chaotic action. The difficulty scales with time, increasing the longer you play, adding a layer of tension as you balance exploration with survival. For roguelike fans, Risk of Rain 2 provides a highly rewarding experience. Hotline Miami is a top-down action game known for its fast-paced, brutal combat and surreal narrative. Navigating through levels filled with enemies, you use a combination of stealth, quick reflexes, and strategic planning to survive. The retro, pixelated graphics with a neon color palette enhance Hotline Miami's intense and trippy atmosphere. The difficulty is high, with each level requiring precise execution and quick reflexes, but the game's tight controls and satisfying gameplay loop make it a thrilling experience. Baba Is You offers a unique puzzle experience where you manipulate the rules of the game world to solve puzzles. Baba Is You's gameplay revolves around pushing blocks that represent the game's rules, allowing you to change how the game operates to reach your goal. The graphics are simple and minimalist, focusing on functionality over visual flair. The difficulty ramps up quickly, with puzzles requiring creative thinking and outside-the-box solutions, offering a challenging but incredibly rewarding experience for puzzle enthusiasts. Darkest Dungeon is a turn-based RPG focusing on managing a team of adventurers as they explore dangerous dungeons filled with horrific monsters. Darkest Dungeon's gameplay is strategic and unforgiving, with a focus on managing the mental and physical health of your characters as much as their combat abilities. The dark, gothic graphics, with a hand-drawn art style, emphasize the game's grim atmosphere. The difficulty is steep, with the game punishing mistakes harshly, but for those who enjoy a tough, strategic challenge, Darkest Dungeon offers a deeply engaging experience. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, as that really helps a lot. If you think any game is missing or if you're planning to play any of these games, don't forget to leave a comment. Those were the top 30 indies games. This has been another video from New Quest Play, and I'll be here waiting for you for the next quest.